How's everybody doing? This is another podcast. Marcos Wise. I'm dealing with some crazy black man here.
Damn!
Yes, sir.
You already, man. We wasn't even to say shit at first.
Deal with me. Y'all know how dangerous us Negro folks can get.
Oh,
Damn!
That's twice. Yeah.
This said us, though. So then y'all see why we be
They
angry.
did put the Negro part in there. Us Negroes.
Negro, United Negro College Fund. That's what
What's the topic, man? Let's know the topic.
But all jokes aside, we like to talk about things that I think a lot of people are afraid to discuss, especially in our community. It's very important. We have what's known as blended families, where you have step parents, you have step brothers, so on and so forth. So the title of this is Step Parents versus, and we came up with all kinds of topics. It's going to be step parents versus ... You fill in the blank. And you tell us if we're wrong or if we're off base. So I'm going to start it off. I think we've all been in a situation in which we have taken on the role as a step parent, role model, or whatever connotation you want to use. I'm just going to start it off. I think it's a bad deal, especially for a male. Not to say that there are not step mothers, but the ramifications of things going south is so much more detrimental to males. So I'm just going to start it off. I do not, at my stage in my life, want to date a woman with children, especially if they're adolescents. It's too much liability. But if I do date a woman, I want the kids grown, and then that's another catch-22, because if I have a confrontation with their mother, I'm gonna have to fight some grown men. So I'm being facetious a little bit, but we're gonna start the conversation off because everybody here has played the role of a step parent. And I'm focusing more on the men right now because there's men at the round table. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna start with Pretty Ricky over here first.
Oh, man.
He is the ass.
Oh.
If you don't get him, I'm getting him first.
I'm gonna
Keep
unleash
it
my
real
leash.
now.
I'm gonna unleash my leash and go on and take care of it.
Who's gonna start it off?
So what you want versus me being in the step parent field, or just how I think about them, period? Me being in this situation, or me just feeling about this?
I'm asking you this question, is that what's the benefits ultimately of you being a step parent?
Okay, well, I could benefit depending on how the kids is, like what age group they are. I can benefit from it. The reason why I say I can benefit from it because I can teach them. Each one teach one. So basically, I done been in the household where I done had a stepchild in there, and I wanted to teach them something, but I wasn't able to teach them nothing because of the other parent. You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going?
Well, I guess what I'm saying is this is the chips are stacked against you. Would you agree?
Yes and no. Because if the kids in my house and they my step kids in my house, they fall up under my rules. But if somebody else's house, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But in this house, them my kids.
Did it ever occur to you is that why didn't the woman that you're now dealing with never married
The
the
man,
biological father?
that's their problem. I don't know what they had going on.
But does that ever cross your mind deep down?
Marrying or staying together. Cause marrying, I mean, they could be in love with each other and
They're the same.
still not marry each other.
They're the same thing.
Well, yeah, okay. But again,
Common marriage.
yeah, after so many years, yeah, you know,
It's
y'all might as
common
well
law.
you might as well be married. You know what I'm saying? But if I ask myself why the parent didn't stay with that guy or whatever the case might be, I really don't tell myself like, damn, what made them separate from each other? So I ask myself that all the time. But I'm gonna tell you though, when I look into situations like that, I don't look at just a woman.
Okay, one of the things that I've always done, especially, I don't want to mention your name, I'm not going to do that, but one of my kids' moms, and the child will always come out, and I loved her to death, still love her to death. Gave her, I saw her at Kroger about 6 years ago, and she still had that goofy smile on her face. I understand making an impression on a child's life.
It's good.
I love it.
But I'm gonna tell you, it could be a negative thing about that too, though. The reason why I say that is because you gotta have a relationship with that other child, that child too. That child gotta have a feeling with you to understand that I can learn something from this person. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and we did a podcast, and you guys beat me up pretty bad. Said I was crazy.
You just
talking
wanna
about
get-
black women, but a black, not necessarily a black woman. A woman can turn children against you.
You said
And
She
can or
can
can't?
or can't.
Can or can't?
Can
She can turn her kids against you.
not only hurt your biological kids, but imagine what she can do to your stepkids
How?
that you've got a relationship
Hold on.
with them.
How?
Let me tell you what
How
thing.
can a
man.
woman
Go
do
ahead.
that?
Hold on, we just getting the introduction
Woman
started.
can't do shit with no kids.
Cause the
That
child
you-
gonna feel the way
that
he
you
wants
there
to
for.
ain't gonna raise it.
You
Right.
only there for them kids at the time that you there for them. So it's just like you said about your kids. I'm quite sure any man or any woman can say the same thing about their kids. You know what? I love all my kids in a different way and things of that nature. So what I love this one for, I might love this one for another
Another way.
situation, but then
Yeah.
you love them all in a different
Same.
way. And I'm a stepper. So when it comes to stepping for something that's mine, it ain't no half stepping. If you
It's
mine,
all
you
equal.
mine. If you not, you not. I don't believe in a step kid. Because if you underneath my house, you gonna follow and be held accountable for the same rules as the other one held accountable. You don't make
Do
nobody.
you think you really have the same rights as the
Fuck yes.
biologicals?
I'm gonna tell you this. Any stepchild that I done had, they look at me like a daddy. I don't give a fuck who their mama was or whatever. They still look at me the same motherfucking way.
You'd have done the same thing had it been a stranger child.
Of course.
All
You
right
know,
then.
'cause
So
when it
as-
comes
as
to
They
it
only
is
make
with
it-
the
When it
relationship,
comes to the kids, it ain't no separation.
I got you there.
You gotta get the kids anything if they obeying, if they under your rules, if kids come from down the street into your yard, you automatically
It's
your
a figure to them.
protector
Yes.
as a father
I got you.
instincts
Yes.
kick in.
Okay.
So if I do this for kids that I don't know, how much more is you important to me
I'm talking
by
about.
living under my roof?
I'm talking about in terms of legality.
Legality.
And
If you
liability.
got a good
Hold on,
woman-
if I may finish.
I know where you're going.
I'm talking about in terms of legality and versus liability.
If you got a good woman and this woman really lead by you, It ain't no turning my son against me, turning my stepson against me, because I know one thing, and this I know about a family. If you an absent father, no matter how much you think
It's
you
gonna
there,
show.
this shit gonna turn on you regardless. Can't no woman say nothing but put a seed or a whisper in that person's ear for that person to turn against you. But if you are who you say you are and you think you are, then can't nobody turn shit against you. I don't give a fuck if the world going against you. Them kids know who you is.
All right, right now we're just getting into the introduction.
And it's hot.
Early. You can be down. Hey, you can be down the street from somebody and be a figure to somebody, and he see you every day and don't look at his daddy like you look at their daddy.
All right, once again, it's the introduction stage. Now we're gonna get a little deeper once we just test the water. Your turn. What you think?
Really?
Have you been a stepfather or
Go ahead, Nick.
step parent or so on and so forth?
Take your time. I just been a parent, you hear me? Like,
There you
you
go.
know, me personally, I feel as if I'm in a child's life, I'm there for guidance, any child. So I don't see, step or nothing like that. I just do the stepping. And if I take on a female, I know I take on a package deal. You hear me? So, me weighing the pros and cons of a family man, and that's prioritizing. I know that, with me loving her, I have to love this package right here, because it will work. When kids under my roof, my main focus is making sure this house is stable. It's no pressure, it's just I'ma raise them as my own, because if my kids under somebody else's roof, it's only right that I expect the same. I know the world don't turn around like that right there, but it is what it is. I could only do my part. If I'm taking care of that woman and that child or those kids, I'ma provide like they are mine. And if their father is absent, then me as the man I believe I myself to be, I feel like he has no say so. I don't give a damn what nobody say.
I respectfully disagree.
But I'm saying me as the man I am, I feel like if I'm taking care of somebody else's kids, another man's kids,
That's
and
absent.
that's absent, and he ain't came and bought no lollipop. You ain't went to the emergency room 2, 3 in the morning. You ain't brought gifts on Christmas or these birthdays. And the only time you texting the phone for a piece of pussy, you have no right to be communicating. You hear me? That's just me.
Can I interject very quickly? I'm gonna make it brief. What if the situation was just as opposite what you explained?
If the woman is contacting them?
No, in other words, that man was doing everything he can.
That's
for
being
his child.
That's being in that child life.
Yes.
But I'm saying by me,
That's the difference.
see me, one thing.
'Cause I got an example about that. Remind me about that later.
What I'm saying is this: one thing about me, pros and cons, I weigh them out. You hear me? I make sure I cross my T's and dot my I's. So if I come at you about anything, then I'm like the feds. I got a 97, 98 conviction rate. You feel me? I'm not gonna sit here. See, one thing about a woman can't play in my face. You feel me?
Yeah.
No woman can. My mama can't play in my face, and I don't.
Mine
you feel me?
can't either.
My
Okay.
point is this right here. So if I see it
We're
in
still
the
in the introduction stage.
yeah, I'm
This is
gonna
what we get.
talk to the father. I'm gonna get to know the situation for myself because a woman
Yeah,
will
there
deceive
you
you.
go.
You hear me?
Yeah.
So I'm only going by what I know to be right. I don't do no speculating. You hear me? Or no assuming. You feel me?
Okay, I know y'all think that I hate women,
You do. Not all women, but
but
let
do
me.
you agree that a lot of women will embellish and just straight up fucking
Of
lie?
course,
Okay,
women
all
will
right.
use your kids as pawns to make a move on the king. You hear me?
That's all I'm saying.
But my point is this. That's why you have to have faith. That's why you have to be experienced in this field of life. You feel me? Because if you gullible, a woman will possess your mind. A woman will take advantage of you. You hear me? So I always do my homework. If I feel like the father is not there, that's because I've done justifiable
All right, let me
homework.
tell you how that's
It
kind of.
goes off of how old that child is.
Before I forget this thought, I've known you since 2016. Known you.
Yeah.
We seen each other in the battle of the heat, trying to grab them parts and do our business.
Yeah.
This the first time I really known you.
Mhm. In
You-
my personal life, in your
Do-
personal life.
Do you know how you can know somebody,
Talking to him.
but you never really know them?
Yeah, you just know of them.
You just know of them.
But different conversations bring out a different, deeper thought.
Yeah, how you look at a
Same
person.
thing with relationships.
You know.
You don't know if this individual
I'll
is
say what you
fucked
want to
up.
say.
Yeah.
Mr. Mark.
It's
That's
just-
why
You
I
don't
said-
know if she's crazy until
This-
you get down
this
the
is-
road and got 2 kids.
This is what I was getting to. Something to elaborate on something you said earlier. You know, you was like, let me see. I don't quote me on it, but basically, you was saying something about you never know what happened to that last relationship, why she didn't marry him, or what happened. You know, sometimes you got to get down to the nitty gritty. You got to, okay, I ask questions. You hear me? Why y'all ain't work out? You feel me? You know, the next
So I know what
man's
to look for
trial,
now.
error, and mistakes could potentially help me
Yeah.
grow with my growth.
I
You
go
hear
to
me?
that man.
So
and
I mean,
ask
that's
him.
both parties though. It's
That
three
woman ain't
sides.
gonna tell you everything.
Hold on, there's 3 sides to every story. It's yours, mine, and what's closest
Yeah,
to the
I
truth.
got you.
So therefore, you know,
That is
I'm not
the
gonna just stereotype nobody. You know, if you say this man was this type of dude, I need to see that in them. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna ban a motherfucker or bar a motherfucker from being around
You
his
can't
family.
see your kids.
No,
Like, hold
but-
on.
But
See, that's
if you
fine.
if you come around this little boy sagging, throwing up gang signs, you want to take him around gang members, you want to teach him profanity and shit, you not no ideal
You
role
fucking up
model.
the
You
order.
feel me?
You fucking up my
So
order.
so with the guidelines
You're
of what's
taking it
in
to
my
a-
home,
You're taking it to an extreme.
but with my
If I'm coming around respectful and
with
whatnot,
the
and I
guidelines
just-
of my home and what's in here, I can't
And
have you polluting this shit. You hear me?
I got it.
But like
But if
I was
I'm not
saying,
that type of guy, and I just want to come and love my son,
you got to have money to love
you
your
should-
son. You got to be able to take care of the look. If I'm taking care of all your responsibilities, what is it for you to reap the
It
benefits
takes
of
a
what I'm
village
doing?
to
You hear me?
raise a
Look,
child.
though, look,
It
though.
takes the
Look,
knowledge of
let
a
me
village
say
to
this.
Hold on,
raise
we
a
get
child.
too quick.
Look,
It's still
look,
the
look,
introduction.
though. Let me
It's
say
still
this.
the introduction.
Okay, let me.
It's
okay.
still an introduction.
Okay.
It's still an introduction.
Yeah,
Introduce it. What you got to think?
like if I was in a situation where,
Have you ever been in that situation?
yeah, a few times, yeah,
How it work out?
shit, I treated them like they were mine. Shit.
Got that part, but
Yeah.
ultimately, how it work out?
Like,
Be honest.
It wasn't all good, it wasn't all bad, but hell,
I'm gonna ask you just one question.
what's that?
Did any of the children ever tell me? I'm sorry, not tell me, but tell you, you ain't my real daddy.
No,
Never.
I ain't never heard that. I ain't gonna be lying to you, no.
That's
Hold
definitely
on. Good
Like-
introduction. We get into an introduction to get to the audience.
That's definitely
Like, cause like-
Oh no, I've never been told that now.
Oh, okay then.
I've never been told that.
You
I'm
up,
just asking.
Marco?
Like that's where boundaries come in, and like I grew up being that child before, so like I knew how to handle it to where that shit would never arouse in them, like real shit. I ain't gonna stray you away from what created you, but I'm gonna let you know like where I stand with you. You know what I'm saying? Like so I ain't experienced that.
Okay. I'm gonna go into chapter 2 of this conversation. I'm gonna give you a horror story.
Why you look at me?
I already know you. I'm the antagonist. He's the protagonist, and then we switch up.
Yeah, we
Look at the way he's looking at me. He waited for me to say something he thinks it's fucked up.
big boss.
Look at him. I'm ready.
Boy.
This is what happened. I'm gonna give you a Cliff Note version. I never understood. I understood the fundamental cardinal sin of jealousy, but I just never understood being a jealous person. If I want it that bad, I'll go get it. One Christmas, I went to go pick up my son, dressed nice and whatnot. And every time I see him, I make sure I have a good little 20 in my pocket to slide him. I was coming for Christmas. O-Dog's coming to pick him up. This dude comes out with a pistol to my face. So what? I'm thinking like, that's like Bud pulling out a pistol on me right now. I'm gonna be like, damn.
Where they come from?
That's how off the wall it was.
You'll be like, where they come from?
And all these guys came out and jumped on me. Like 7 guys that jumped on me.
You must have been doing some fucked up shit.
So,
See, that's what I'm saying.
Is this a real story though? First of all, before I even entertain a thought of it, is it real?
Right hand on my dead grandmother's
Okay, so we
grave.
got some substance. So the first thing I was
That's
thinking-
it. That's
look,
it. I said, what's just?
Look, though.
I said, I can't finish.
Sometimes.
Communication, we just did one.
Okay, go
Communication.
ahead. Finish that.
So she jumped out in front of the gun and me. And this is gonna sound kind of fucked up. I was like, oh, thank you. Cause you could take one for the team, girl. But I was not there for her. Once I leave a woman and I stop being romantically involved with her, sex becomes dangerous at that point. It becomes very, very dangerous. Sex is powerful.
Are you saying sex?
S-E-X.
sex.
Okay, because I can't understand the slither in your voice when you said that wasn't right.
Okay, snake slipping.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? Them little jabs she be taking.
I'm just
Hey,
asking.
stay on top of
Like,
that.
so-
You just need
See,
to
that's
quit.
what I'm saying.
You need to quit.
We wanted to
sleep
clarify.
these hoes.
So anyway, make a long story
That's
short,
what you said.
I filed charges against him.
Going too far in.
And I'm like, what the hell is this? This happened on Christmas. Luckily, one of the neighbors was like, man, leave the man alone, let him get his son. The kid's mom was in this weak motherfucker's ear. Like this. She tried to do me like that with the first one. I said, no, let me make this cat. His father came down and spent the night with us. I said, man, make yourself at home. He took me, when I came to Chicago, he gave me a whole tour. So I got mad. I was like, hey, man, you need to come see your kids. I'll bring your kids to you. He said, yeah. If she comes up here right now, I'm going to kill her. I'm thinking like, what? I had fax machines set up and everything. He said, both of them aren't mine. I said, oh, shit. I said, go to Kiko's right now and fax that to me. 0.0001% that this child is yours, and he was raising them. Now, it's his fault. He should have done it at the beginning of the birth. You don't wait till no child 10 years old to find out it's not yours.
And that's what they
So that's just 1%. That's just one example. But go ahead. Who's next?
He was finna tell you something.
This is what I'm saying. First of all, it was a couple of little situations in that story that you had told me, us. You know, first you said you come, make sure you have a little slight $20 in your pocket. Well, if you got a slight $20 in your pocket when you see your son on an average day, on a day like Christmas, you know you're supposed to have a little more. But that's just for you. But at
This
the
was
same-
just
but
on
this
GP.
is what
I
I'm
just
saying.
saw
I let
him
you
and
talk.
hey,
Let me
y'all.
talk though.
It
Let me
was
talk.
like
We not
Christmas.
talking about all that. I'm saying you said on Christmas. This was
On top of my
story.
child support.
Yeah, well, we fuck that. Fuck a child support because that's just for the mother and what she choose to do with it. It's a difference between child support and what you give your child personally from you. Because child support got to be paid or repercussions going to be taken. But your child should have a personal relationship with you, even with money that you give that child.
The
outside
stronger
of
he got
child
with me,
support.
the stronger
But
he
look,
got. The
but-
stronger that relationship got
but
with me, the
what I
more
was
she turned the
saying-
bullshit on.
But what I was saying from the story, from the get-go, the situation was the woman that was in the man's ear. Because this woman, a man will fall in love with a woman, and a woman seduced that man like Delilah and make that man think crazy things about a man that she used to be with, all because she couldn't get something from that man, or she couldn't.
We talked
do-
about that
she-
earlier.
yeah,
You were
so,
her
yeah.
first choice.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is she couldn't get something from that man, so she make this man, hey, I want to touch your chest, bang, bam, kill.
A woman got that power because a woman got that persuasion over certain men, especially men, and she done took hard.
That's why they picked weak minded.
And that's what I'm saying about this.
I ain't
Let
no
me tell you,
weak-minded
let me say
motherfucker.
this though. You
I'm
hear
gonna
me?
be mad at you because you
Hey.
fuck my girl.
Fuck all that. You get mad at the woman. You hear me?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
my point is,
Yes,
I'm
you
saying
do.
you
I
let
ain't
her
gonna be
go.
mad.
You hear
I'm
me?
not falling out
Hey,
with you
I'm
over
gonna tell
that.
you, me, shit.
You ain't gonna take.
I had to grow into this type of individual. You hear me? It used to be a point of time, yeah, I do shit for the kids and shit like that, but I just wasn't the type to stick around long enough to make no family work. You feel me?
Yeah.
I was the type I ain't trust the females. You know, it was so much bullshit that I was going through with females. I'm like, you know what? I'm just trying to swim a raw ocean. You hear me? I had just get out the joint. I wasn't looking for no relationship. My siblings already had kids at the time. They spending Christmases and holidays together, and here you go. I ain't got no immediate family to spend no holidays and shit with, so I drop
That shit gets lonely.
I drop gifts off. I keep on pushing. You feel me? And I had, like I said, to grow and develop into the person I am now. So I was like, I got to looking at my brother, and I was like, man, I want my own family to come home to and just do certain things with, and I want to build it. I want that structure. I want that foundation. And when I was trying, when a man is a trying man, you give him his flowers. You hear me?
Yes.
Because you could break something within a man, just like they say when a woman's
Man,
fed
I done
up.
broken a tractor trailer, concrete
You
truck.
know
on
how they
purpose.
say when a woman's fed up, a man get to that point too. Because as men, a real man prioritizes. When you wake up, you don't wake up like a woman wake up. You wake up as a man. You hear me?
Mhm.
Women wake up thinking about their emotions. If she on her cycle, she already emotionally, but she wake up thinking with her emotion. A man wake up, a real man wake up, okay, I got to get this money.
It's black
I
and
got
white.
to secure this.
It's
I
gotta
have
be
to secure
objective.
that.
Goal
I got to
oriented.
keep this roof over our head.
Yeah.
I got to put clothes on your back, food in your mouth,
I
etc.
gotta get my
You hear
gas
me?
turned
I
back
got
on.
to do this shit, you hear me? That's how we wake up right there. And then when we go to sleep, we think, hey, am I content with the effort I put in today to make it work? But a real man shouldn't be thinking like this, you know what? I let myself down.
What if she's not
When
working?
you try so hard, a real man shouldn't go to bed thinking like I let my family down. You feel me?
I got you.
Especially
Everybody
after
knows
trying so
that.
hard.
Every man upstanding
No,
man
they
knows
don't.
that.
Upstanding man, you hear me?
Yeah.
See, that
So you hold up. Don't stereotype all black men.
I'm not.
Oh,
I don't
Lord.
do that stuff. You
Where
hear
is
me?
this coming
But that's
from,
why I
man?
always start off in my opinion. You feel me? But my point is, as long as you do your best, you hear me? Because only you truly know your situation in the depths of it. You feel me? There's a lot of shit we can't go into detail about on the podcast. We'll be here all night. You feel me? But as long as you do your best as a man, a trying man, you hear me? That's all that matters. You
Okay.
shouldn't feel no low self-esteem. You shouldn't feel beat up or defeated about your decisions in life as long as you chose
It's not that,
rightfully.
man. Have you ever done
And honorably.
Have you ever done a mechanic job that you thought was going to take an hour and turned out to be 8 hours? And
It be like that.
yeah, it's still exhausting.
But as I was
As
saying
long
though,
as
you
you
hear
get
me?
done, though, the main
As
thing.
I was saying,
We're talking
especially
about a proper return on your
especially a
investment.
man with multiple children, you hear me? You got to be careful about getting in these relationships with these scalded and beat down women, you hear me?
Hey,
Because see,
my thing is
Oh,
that I want to recognize
oh,
it
woman-
early now.
oh,
I
okay,
recognize
but
early.
you got to
Oh,
open your eyes to be able to do it though, you hear me? A woman bring her past relationship flaws and turn her to her new relationship, you feel me?
I call
Hold up.
I call some of them jumper cables.
So a woman,
Hold on, listen. You want to know why? Cause they always start up dead shit.
you're right, Mr.
You like
Marcos.
that?
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh,
A
that was
woman-
sarcasm. That
a
was
woman
funny.
will
Corny
bring-
ass fucking
A
joke.
woman will bring her past relationship issues, trial, tribulations to the new relationship. You hear me? And the thing is, see, a woman. Don't interrupt me, please. You hear me? Please.
You
don't
just
interrupt me.
waiting.
A woman could have been in a relationship with the wrong individual. You hear me?
That's her
Who
fault.
don't see the bigger picture about things. You hear me? And they cling to their kids when they come into this new relationship. You got kids, they got kids, and all you want to do is unite. You feel me?
The
Not
Brady Bunch.
ignite the flame, but unite the family. You feel me? So
Right.
when you
You can
bring
do-
them,
you
when
can
you
do
bring
that.
them in,
We're united.
you got to
We ain't in
understand
no relationship.
a real
But
man.
we united right now. You
A
don't need
real
all that
man
shit.
under his
If your
house.
kids
Hey,
stay-
hey, Marco, shit, you going off.
Okay.
A real man in his household instills what? Discipline.
Structure.
Structure is discipline. That's what it is.
We're saying the same thing.
Okay, we just paraphrasing it. But a real man, like say for instance, I had this one problem. You hear me? I bought this girl every car she wanted. You know, all she had to do was tell me she wanted, I bought it for her. But for some reason, my cars stay clean. But when I get in her car, they dirty. And she be like, well, the kids, I always get in my car and it's dirty. They make it dirty, and no matter how much I clean it, it be dirty. No, Marco. Anyway, so I be like, okay, that's because discipline. They know they can't eat in my shit. They know they can't do this, do that. You hear me? But this is what you ask for, and you don't even show the appreciation by keeping it clean or instilling the order that I do. You hear me?
Yeah.
So I don't want to clean it no more. You hear me? Now you riding around, you people get in your car, your car junky. Why your men let you ride around like that right there? You hear me?
Yeah.
But do you tell them how many times I done cleaned it and tried to instill
Oh, she's
this?
not going to say that.
See, you hear me?
She's not going to
So
say that. She's
and
not going to say that.
when I be like
If it was
this,
white, she was white, you wouldn't act like
when
that.
I
She
be
not
like
gonna say
this,
that.
look,
Yeah.
Black
look,
woman not gonna say
your
that.
son too soft because you been raising him by yourself. You hear me? You need to instill discipline. You need to teach this. Get him out that game. This, that, and the third. Quit calling him poopy bear and shit like that. That's too soft and cuddly. You hear me? Come out here and grab this tool. Let me teach you about these tools. Metric tools. You hear me? Standard tools. Let me teach you about this right here. You hear me? I got him out there. It's too hot out here, mama. I want to come in. You hear me? And that's why that boy can't be no boy. You feel me?
Yeah.
You don't see that these small things lead to bigger things. You feel me? When I try to scold him, and constructive criticism is different from outright criticizing. You feel me?
Yeah.
Constructive is to construct, to build, to make better. You feel me? Criticize, I don't care how you take this right here. You hear me? See, I want to mold. Anything in my life, I try to help it grow. You feel me?
Yeah.
I got the green thumb. These hands right here is always here to build and construct. You feel me? So I'm always thinking like that. But when you take a woman who don't know that a man's place is established, you hear me?
Can I tell you something about the guy that just picked me up? I'm not gonna mention his name. He's a private person. Y'all know him.
Yeah.
One of the best friends I ever met. Marcos, what you need? I see what you're going through. Whatnot. It got to the point where it was so nice to me, I didn't know how to handle it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Like you didn't know how to interpret it or what to think about it.
Like
Like,
what's the hidden motives?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
And then
And it was just
it was none. It was none.
what you so caught up, you on your guard because you feel like it's gonna happen with everybody. Every person you meet, you gotta diagnose what that person is there for.
But we're
You
all
gotta
here
see
for a
what's
reason.
Objective and stuff like that.
I'm gonna be honest with
But
you.
some here just to give you a blessing.
When I saw, I'm the one that's always been doing that, and now I'm in the position. So I'm just trying to give you a little point. Man, when I saw y'all drive up, I was like a little kid at Christmas. Yay! I'm gonna get me something to drink.
You only get something to drink on Christmas.
No.
We listening, come on.
It was still, we all have interactions with people because we're going to have something that we want from them. Whether you believe it or not. It doesn't have to, but as long as you willing to return that want back to them when they need it. That's the thing. So based off, I'm going to give you some, I want y'all to give me, don't give me the good examples of being a stepfather. I want the fucked up shit. But first, he has got his say, Crumb.
Yeah. What was you saying now?
Oh my God. Man, this is a whole podcast you got.
I was listening, but I was multitasking.
initial topic is step parents, the role playing in, you know.
Is it
step
ever
children.
fucked up? Have you ever come up on the fucked up end of being a step parent? Yes or no?
He got his.
Yes or no,
he got
man?
his-
Yes or no?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't complain about no situation I put myself in, man. Like, I don't know. I just ain't never been the type of guy.
Have you ever really been embedded with a family where you were the primary caregiver
Yeah.
with kids that's not yours, and you were living in the
Fuck
home?
Uh,
So how did it end?
shit, we went our separate ways. Shit.
Why?
Shit, everything ain't meant to be.
Did you have a good relationships with the children's fathers?
I ain't read too much singing. I ain't even know too much about it.
Okay. Now we want to go to part 3. Here we go.
Oh. Shit, you know, be ready for my shit.
I got one more bad situation I can share with you.
No.
Now tell me, you said we're going to be honest. I'm not going to only be the one being honest. If people want to,
Why you saying that like I don't tell you the truth?
Oh, okay. I want you to be.
Because every time you come to me, you say the same thing.
I said to him.
No. You hear him a little different. But you
All right, give me a situation that just sucked as you being a step parent. The worst one.
Why y'all don't want to hear some negative shit?
No, I'm just telling. It's not negative. It's like if this is my son, and I say he ain't going nowhere, that's the end of the conversation.
I ain't doing all that. So I ain't
But if it's my stepson,
I ain't
and
had
the
no
mama
bad
say he's going over here,
I ain't
If
had
this
no-
is my stepson and I say
it
no,
ain't no. It's
then
no.
you under my roof, you hear me?
It's
And
no.
the mama say yeah,
I don't have.
you go with him, you hear me? And don't come back, you feel me? See, I'm structured like that, you feel me? Like,
Ain't no
look,
opinion on
sometimes you got the heart in your heart, no
Yeah,
matter how
yeah,
much
yeah.
you love, you feel me? Because if you don't, they'll run over you, you hear me? If I say no, I'm the man, that's what the fuck I meant, you
And
feel
then
me?
don't
Simple
ask your
as
mama
that,
say-
ain't no
and I
arguing
tell
or
you, no.
debating about it.
Don't
And
go
if you
ask
don't
your
like
mama
that,
I
won't
told
you walk, you feel me?
Right.
Like, I'm like that, you hear me? I'm not finna go back and forth with nobody. I don't debate, I don't argue.
But you add
Okay,
first look.
before I forget this,
you said
I'm just gonna put it on record. I think there's no incentive. You can always be kind to children. You can always. I'm not gonna leave a child out there in the cold. I'm not gonna. I'll treat you like you're my own. But when it's all said and done,
your question though.
my question is this:
Is when was a bad experience that you had with your stepchild?
Yeah.
You know,
In
and I'm
which-
gonna let you know this though.
in which
Let me
hold
tell
on,
you
hold on. Let me finish that shit. In which that
You had to do
your
something about it.
authoritative position
It
was in dire
question was
need.
question, right?
What's the worst case scenario where you ever been in a step parent situation where you realized you had no ultimate power?
Only time when the parents talking, dealing with each other.
Okay. Did you get along with their father?
I mean, I know of them. We don't talk though. What's the point of us talking? That's the mom and daddy situation. They did that. They made that. I'm just here helping her because we together. They come together.
Don't you?
I don't look at her as no.
I want to be able to.
We can't separate.
I want to be able to talk to him.
Talk to who? The father?
Yeah.
On his side?
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
want to
look,
talk to him for what? He
Well-
understand what's going on.
So I can understand his mentality.
I see it right there.
For
'Cause
what
I know
now?
what type of man she looking for.
You
And I see
don't
what
have
type
to
of child.
talk to nobody
Yeah,
to see
I
what
don't
they
need to.
doing.
Yeah,
They don't
we
have to.
cool.
You don't
Me
All
have
right.
to.
Yeah.
First off, okay.
Me and you ain't friends.
You never.
man.
If you
I
had a
didn't say
child,
friends.
if you had a child, right, and I met your baby mama at a store. And
How
he
long
had your
ago
child.
we become associates and our friends?
Man, fuck all that.
Oh,
Like I said,
I had to talk to you.
Yeah, but I'm saying, if you had your baby mama with a child, a little boy, he came and stayed with me, and I don't know you from nowhere. We both stay in the same city. I'm not finna come over here and.
He's
sit
gonna
down.
tell you some truths that she ain't gonna tell you.
See, look, let me tell you.
Or it
One
might be
thing is,
jealousy
look,
of
hold
malice.
on, let me get him real quick because look, check this out. This can happen both ways because he can tell you some shit to make you hate that motherfucker, so you won't even want her no more.
Jealousy
Nah,
of
And then,
malice.
yeah, and then he gonna tell you, oh man, she did this. But if that was the case, then y'all would still be together if that was the case. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta read your own book before you
That's
let somebody
crazy.
else give you.
First and foremost,
Crazy.
you can read between the lines when you start talking to
But how do
somebody.
you know he's so truthful too versus her?
Man, let me tell you something. You're an intelligent person.
That's
You
right.
know when somebody's
I appreciate
bullshit.
your hospitality.
You know when
So it's
somebody's
understand.
bullshit.
That's right.
You know when somebody's bullshit.
All right.
But you sit that man down and be like, hey man, what's really happening?
But I don't need to sit him down. I need to talk to that woman
Yeah,
because that's who I'm dealing
She
with.
gonna lie to you.
How you figure
It's
that?
always
shit out?
three sides to a story,
She gonna
though.
lie to
You gonna see it
And
eventually.
you might be caught up in the love of understanding, because some people understand through love, and some people understand through their frontal cortex and intelligence and stuff like that.
What
So,
I'm saying is
look,
get both sides of the
But
story.
look though, the question you
If that man is
forming
But
cool,
see, look,
the
though,
first
you
one,
doing that,
look,
but see, you doing
dog.
that wrong,
Come on
though.
now.
you can
Look,
tell
you gotta
it
give
wrong.
other
Yeah.
people a chance to talk, and I done sit back and I done let a lot of people,
But
you
this
know,
is the last
but
thing
look.
I'm gonna say. You
Okay.
can tell if that man is fucked up. You talk to somebody, you can
How
tell if
the
he's
fuck
fucked
can you
up.
tell?
You can tell his communication.
Nephew.
There you go. I told you. I told you, he ready. That's a miniature pit bull right there. Man. That's a bully.
That's of course so. You hear me?
Shit. Damn, dude. Just looking at the mailman for no reason.
But check
we
this out.
talking, we talking.
Come on.
And you can find out. You can get a read on a person in the first 5 minutes of communication.
Of course, I want to check a man's temperature out because this is child. Okay, give
Yeah.
me that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see
Is
how
he
you
just
move.
trying? He come at me.
But see, after I meet
if he
you,
come
man,
up to you like this, man,
no,
that bitch was stripping.
no,
No.
Let me tell you right now. Look, when I go to a person like that and I see his other parent, you know what I'm saying, face to face, hey, how you doing? What's up? Boom, boom, boom. That's the last time we see each other. You know what I'm saying? And then if we gonna have real strict communication about this, you know what I'm saying, baby. I had to call my baby dad. Okay, that's cool, baby. I had to talk to my baby mama today.
Let me meet him.
But I'm not gonna do all that.
Okay, look, this what I was saying though. Let me say this real quick. First of all, you never know how a motherfucker gonna act about a situation until they be in the depth of
What's
the
up, Neil?
situation. I say that to say this. You saying let me meet him, you can meet a motherfucker and you can talk to a motherfucker, you can have sexual relations with a motherfucker, but until you in the damaged part of the relationship with a motherfucker, you won't see how they respond.
But you
But that's when
still
they
get an
come
idea. It's
But-
like the art of war.
But
You get an idea before you just walk up in that
before I
motherfucker.
was rudely interrupted by a motherfucker, I don't like hats. Anyways, what I was saying,
You see what I'm saying?
what I was saying is your first question, your initial question was,
We on a live
what
block
is
podcast. So
I apologize. I got people that depend on me that might need to call. So, anyways, your initial question was,
That means
what
for
is
me to
a
shut the
bad,
hell up.
what is a bad situation that a stepchild can have with the step parent? And I'm gonna tell you one. One is when you go over the biological parent house, and then you spend time with them and see the order in their household, and then you come on back to the house where you stay, and you start rebelling, or you start going picking up new habits and bringing back. You know, one time I had a situation with my son, and my son video chat me, and he showed me these $100 bills. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Somebody hit the jackpot and gave my son some money, and it was all fake $100 bills.
fake.
And he said that was fake, Dad. And I said, look,
First of all, you
Look.
skipped over a good part. How you know they were fake?
because his people gave it to him and that was fake. So then I said, where you get that from? He said, I got it from my dad. And then I said, look, you play with that, but you don't take that out of that house. You do not, under no circumstances, bring it to this house. So, bam, a couple of weeks later come my daughter. She FaceTimed me and she got hundreds. And I knew exactly where it came from. So I said, give me this shit. And I took it and I went to my son and I'm like, look, didn't I tell you not to bring this home and stuff like that? See, there was a situation. I know my son, he very gifted, he talented, all that, he grade A. I'm talking about all the other ones had a little situation. He going through puberty now, so he got his own situations, but he do what a son's supposed to do all the way to the T.
Don't
So-
you ever write a book? It'll be the size of an encyclopedia.
So
Right, go on, get to the point.
this the point. This the point right here. You allow an opening and certain barriers that you have. This what you gonna abide by this when you go over there. And when they come over there, they came with a whole nother way of doing things, you know. But you gotta instill your way into and sometimes some shit slip through the cracks, but you gotta check that because being a parent like you is don't come with no manual. Yeah, your parent that raised you.
Oh,
But you look at how they raise you, and you want to treat yours better. I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this, and I'm not. Sometimes you see why a motherfucker did this to you, and sometimes you see that this was overkill for you.
I'm gonna tell you, to elaborate on that. I'm gonna tell you, my focus be so precise that I don't got no time to distract myself. You hear me? Anytime I'm making, plans or I'm making arrangements, it's always taking into consideration my priorities. You feel me? And that's why I came up with something that I don't go against to this day. If I fuck with anybody, they gonna have to have the same shit to lose as I got to lose. Cause the motherfucker ain't got nothing or help you lose everything.
Why the hell would you deal with somebody that ain't got shit to
If
lose?
I'm fucking with a motherfucker and we doing business together, you got to own your own business. You hear me? You got to see how it feel to have this LLC, EIN, business license, go to the bank, have your bank account, everything to be able to be the boss of it. You hear me? Because ain't no sense in me brushing shoulders with motherfuckers.
Can I ask you a quick question? Had you not known me from the parts yard and you just saw me walking that day?
Or last mechanic.
Would you have taken the time to come over here and do a podcast?
Of course I would have, you hear me?
Even if you didn't know me from that past.
One thing about it, a wise man gonna listen before he speak. I'm gonna look at you, and right then, that's where the analyzing come into play with me. You hear me? Like I've trained myself. I've been in so many different situations to where I read body language, facial expressions. It's what you don't say that speaks loud and clear. Also, as well as your words too. You hear me? So I'm gonna look you in your eyes when I talk to you. Showing you that respect, I expect to receive it back, but some people don't, give it back like that right there. But I'm gonna watch you. You hear me? I'm watching you when you don't even think I'm watching you. That's for everybody around me. You hear me? Because I love to know who I'm dealing with. You hear me?
You creeping me out.
I'm an important individual to myself. You hear me? And I'm
Because if I'm
important to a
sleeping
lot
in
of
that
people.
recliner chair and I see your face looking at me through there, I'm calling a popo.
If I'm sitting here talking to you,
I'm
you
joking.
don't have my direct attention. You hear me?
I got you.
But at my periphery, I'm watching everything else. You hear me? Because that's how I was designed. My life designed me like that. When I go into places, if I go into a restaurant,
Oh, hell yeah.
if I go into a restaurant,
I'm watching my
if
surroundings.
I got my kids.
I'm watching my surroundings.
First, I'm looking for the exercise around here just in
Yeah.
case something jump out.
Yeah.
Secondary, I'm looking
Yeah.
for a booth by the wall with my back face the wall and I can see everything beyond, within my periphery and everything in front of me. But my point is it's all about the safety of my people, you feel me? But as I was saying before you asked me that question, what we got to understand in this world is experience, like my brother said, don't know manuscript, guidelines, or bylaws come with being a parent.
That's
If
what
you-
life period.
If you if you're a good parent, though, you hear me? It's about you being a good parent. It's not about you being a good mother or a good father. You hear me? Because if you're a single parent, you got to. If you're a father, you got to make motherly decisions. You feel me?
Now let me ask you this: what if you love this woman so much? Oh man, I love her my life, but she got a bad little motherfucker that you know gonna spend the rest of his life in prison.
Damn.
Now, hold up,
Judgment
Go
to
ahead.
man.
hold up. Very important question. You say you're a good reader character. I can promise you, I done seen some little kids like you gonna do at least 20.
I don't mean no harm. I don't mean
So
no harm.
so what I'm saying is this. Are you really going and you see it's futile
Man,
no matter what
look,
you do?
I done been in a situation like I done raised families, you hear me? I don't mean no harm when I say this, you hear me? My heart ain't built up like that. If I tell you this right here, look, there's no other way we could handle this right here but to make this decision right here and you don't go with it. I'm not saying outcast your son.
You saying all in or all out?
Hey, I'm the
Okay.
boss of this boat, you feel me?
I got
If
you.
I call the shots, you run the play, you feel me?
Yeah, don't
Simple
play
as
with
that, you hear me?
Yeah,
Simple as that. And
You
if you
hear me?
can't run
Okay.
like that, I get
Talk
somebody
to
who
him.
I
will,
respect
you hear me?
that. I
So,
respect
you
that.
know, that's why I always say when we dealing with matters of the heart, you hear me? You got the heart in your heart, because there's some shit that I done loved I had to cut off and just deal with the agony, to deal with the pain,
It hurts.
deal with the, loneliness.
Because you get
hear me?
attached to those kids.
And that's why you're right. But if I say this, that's exactly what it got to be. You hear me? Because as the breadwinner, you hear me? I'ma always goddamn me have the first and last say so. Now
You
I
should.
value your opinion.
I want the big piece
I'm gonna
of
take
chicken.
into consideration of your opinion. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be down for you so much to where I be a fool to myself. You feel me? Like, look, if I say it's this, you feel me?
Okay.
And you feel some other type of way, then you're not for me. You hear me? Because a queen backs the king up. The king stands in front of the queen. You feel me?
Yeah.
If you playing chess with me with the game, if you playing chess, the most important piece on the board is the king. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
in
right.
my world, the most important
Hold
piece
up. That queen is a bitch though.
is me. The queen ain't
That
nothing.
queen jump
Hold
all
up.
across
Now
that
you
board.
hold up. The king is the most important piece. The queen ain't shit. And let me tell you why she ain't shit. You hear me? Because it's 8 pawns on that board that could become a queen. You feel me? You can replace that bitch. You can't replace that king. Once that king tilt, it's over. You can give your queen up to advance to another level in the game, and you can go get your 3 more. You hear me?
We're gonna do a podcast where we play a chess game, and then I can be able to like.
My
fast
point.
forward.
My point is this.
And I'm gonna beat the shit
Don't-
out of you.
Okay. Never underestimate. You hear me? Never underestimate. Just because you think it's a certain way. You hear me? Don't let your eyes deceive you. But listen, I say that to say this right here. You hear me? I done played people in chess, you hear me? I done played Grace that I know in chess, you hear me? And I took that queen away from them, they couldn't function, you feel me? I took that queen away from them, you hear me?
I'd rather keep my queen than my bishop and my rook.
Yeah, I'm saying, but
Shit, that
I
queen is
rather-
gonna walk the
them
dog.
pawns are deadly. Them pawns are so fucking deadly. Them pawns could be anything on that board they want to be, but they're king. You hear me?
I'm a-
So you protect those pawns. The pawns protect the family. You feel me? But those pawns is like children. They grow up eventually. Once you get behind enemy lines, you can make that pawn into anything but that king. You hear me? So the pawns is the second next important piece on the board. Cause that queen ain't shit. The bishop, the rook, they ain't shit. The knight, they ain't shit.
Okay.
I'm Calvin.
I guess I'm
Thank you for correcting yourself, boss man.
God
I'm
damn.
Cal. Get that shit right this time,
God damn,
Marcos.
like I just pulled a
Shit.
pistol on him or something.
Yeah, you did.
Hey,
You talking the wrong shit.
we gonna do.
Fuck around should have said sir.
We gonna let him have a say, and then I'm gonna ask one last question so we can end it. Come up a little bit further.
Damn, Marco, I wasn't even paying attention.
God damn.
Damn.
You gonna have to cut that out.
All right, fuck it.
I like sugar and I like tea.
I'm gonna ask this last question.
In my own zone, man.
You know we don't cut now. We don't edit nothing. It's pure uncut.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
go
what?
ahead, keep it
It's
on.
that Peruvian.
Keep it on.
Well, come on, ask this question, man. Ask this question. Breaking shit,
Man,
man.
everything was good.
I don't even know
When
what
it's
the
all
question
said and
was.
done, let's say, I don't know what your definition of success is, financial, so on and so forth, but you had everything together.
See, he asked me that. He just passed me the mic.
I pass you the mic, you like I
You
ain't
got
heard nothing.
everything together?
Who said that?
You said we got everything
Like
together.
you perfect.
When it's all said and done.
When it's all perfect, whether you use the connotation of nigger rich or well off or middle
When
class,
is it all perfect?
you got all your stuff together, and all you have to do is stay on the same path. And you have a group of women that you can date. I want you to answer this question, but you had this woman, 25 years old with no kids, or you had this 33-year-old woman with 2 kids, even one baby daddy, not even 2 children's fathers. Ultimately, which one are you going to choose? This is such a simple question.
I mean, shit, I probably gonna choose the one that ain't got no kids.
Why?
Cause I can build it. Somebody already done punched this one.
Next.
I mean,
Hold on.
personally,
Think about it.
I ain't shit to think about. I know what I'm gonna say. Me personally, it depends on what the situation is.
Oh my God.
Cause it can.
Well, yeah,
I'm saying,
that's
cause
true,
that
though.
person that ain't got no kids
Could be
could
fucked
be
up.
real fucked up. And that
Immature
person
like a
that got
motherfucker.
kids could already, cause you never know the true value of life until you give life until something comes from you.
This woman that got kids right here.
Okay,
might be
let me
mature
rephrase
fucking
the
all her
question
shit.
then.
We know the question, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's time.
Okay,
Next.
assuming that she is fertile.
Go ahead, nephew. Okay, and you had a baby with her.
She has no kids, but she's fertile.
You had a baby with
She
her.
ain't just bust one of her eggs open yet.
I'm not talking about being fertile. To actually plan to have kids with somebody
You
is
gotta
a
be
lot
with 'em.
more than learning
Which
how
one
to
would you
fuck
pick?
or me busting a nut.
Which one would you pick?
You want a woman that's inexperienced at 30, at 25, or you want a woman that
Yeah, at
already
33.
have kids and
I'm going
and
with
know
33
the
then.
experience at 33?
Yes.
I mean,
It's very simple. Which one?
I'm saying I don't know. I can't pick that shit.
okay,
It's
Marco, you dragging it out. Now, hey, put that mic over here, man. Me, personally, you hear me? I'm gonna pick the one with the best mentality, you feel me?
Oh shit.
Hold up.
Y'all
hold
say
up.
I
Now,
jump
let me-
around.
Hold up. Now, I got to explain why I say that, though, you hear me? Because I ain't got time to be retraining a motherfucker, you hear me? I
Assume
want my-
everything is
Hey.
even mentality and everything.
Okay, if you just
One has no kids,
hit the
can't
cup,
have
let me
kids.
talk. Hit the cup, let me talk. I want the woman with the kids because it shows experience, you feel me? It shows when I come on, she knows she got to cook a meal for them kids, so I want to eat too. She knows she got to wash clothes because we all need washed clothes. She knows that damn me they need to be bathed and in the bed because it's time for her to cater to her men. Now, that woman that ain't got kids probably don't even realize all this that come, all the pressure that come with being a family-oriented woman, you feel me? So I want the woman with the experience. She's seasoned. I'll take her.
I didn't know how to work on cars till I started.
Okay.
And most of these
Yeah.
women don't know how to
Let's
pop
go.
out kids, so they get the first one, then they turn around 5 years later, they got 7. You feel me? I want this.
That's not the point. You went way off.
You ain't know how to work on cars till you started, though.
Fight.
You hear me?
Fight.
I already did. Let her have her first one.
Nah, I'm straight. I take the season one. You hear me?
And let her put her fucking hair because she feel like this is overwhelming 25 is an actually late age to be having
wanna-
a child.
You don't want to keep on trying to cram all this life experience into a woman who ain't had it. You hear me? Like
show up at
you
the
got
hospital.
you come home
You
from
show up
work
at the hospital.
and she
ain't
ain't washed your clothes or cooked no dinner. You like, dang baby, why dinner ain't cooked? She ain't had the kids that got out of school. They got to get their lunch and stuff or supper. You hear me?
All
She
right.
ain't had. Why the house ain't clean?
Yeah.
She been kicking it out there with her homegirls waiting on you to get off work. But this woman with the kids, I got to make it home before 3:45. The kids get out. You hear me? I got to go and pick them up from school, go get the supper ready, cause my man coming home.
Okay,
They
right,
need to be
man.
bathed and in the bed or chilling once when he get here because I know he done worked hard. You hear me?
Okay.
That woman that
Same
ain't got
vibe
kids, she
experience.
ain't got no
Can I ask-
schedule to do
Can I
this
ask you
shit.
this? Have you ever done a podcast with me till you first did the podcast with me?
Hell yeah. Nah, not with you.
What the fuck is you saying, Marcos?
Did a podcast with him before you
Did
did
the
the
podcast.
I was a virgin.
Okay.
That's what you want, some of that sweet tenderoni pussy and shit.
Man, look, Mark, hey, it's
Well, how it
obvious.
turned out?
It,
Hold on,
great.
stop.
It turned out great, but it's obvious that I'm not giving you the answer you want. I chose, you feel me? I want the seasoned woman. I want the veteran. I want the motherfucker who is
But why you
experienced.
come with the dude with the podcast that was a virgin?
I understand that, but I'm saying I want comfortability in life right now. I ain't got time to be teaching shit. You hear me? I'm getting older. I ain't getting no younger. I want my woman to be on one accord with me. We building. I can't go build with a bitch who ain't never owned no house, who ain't never owned no car, who ain't got no bank account, who don't know how to manage my money, who don't know how to set these bills up. Look, baby, we got to pay this right here. These the bills.
But
I'm
you
gonna
looked
give
up
her
with
the
a
money.
homeboy that was a virgin in podcast.
That don't even
Fuck
sound
these
right,
guys to
Marcos.
No,
He
I-
look
yeah,
ass
I-
at you,
No
got
homo.
on.
You got to say no homo behind some shit like that.
Okay, no
My
homo.
point is though, you
Sure,
hear me?
but you never done a
Okay,
podcast with
I
me before.
understand,
And
but-
there's some more big dogs out there.
Okay, fuck all
Well,
that.
you
I
talk
don't
about
know
it,
them.
the one with
I
no
don't know
podcast.
them. You hear me?
Something with the
I
one
know
with no
we all
kids.
had a plan and a goal.
I
You
hate it.
feel me? We talked. We knew what we wanted. You feel me? We experienced enough in life to know when some jive shit coming our way. You hear me? Everything sound right. We said, fuck it, let's make it happen. You hear me? It ain't like a nigga
You
goddamn
can do
me.
that with a woman with no kids.
No, I'm not saying it like
Stuck
that.
on
What I'm
this
saying
answer.
is this. I've chose my answer and
You
obviously
can't make nobody
it's the wrong answer
with
for
no
you.
kids.
You want me to
She ain't got
want
no
the-
experience.
Come on, man.
Man,
I want to goddamn me that's you know somebody ain't got the whole hand through life.
40-year-old version.
Hey, a woman will want a man,
See what I be saying?
a real
You
woman.
know what I be saying, man?
Hey,
These
hey,
some jazz,
hey.
bro.
A real woman don't want no man she got to take care of. You hear me? Hold his hand through life, baby. Can you go pay these bills? Baby, can you be a protector?
Well, I'm not talking about
Like,
that.
I'm saying, so
But
I'm
my-
a real man who don't want no woman like that. You hear me?
If my toe hurt, I want her to come and be like, oh, boo, Kissy, you gonna be all right.
Man, get your
Oh,
sentimental
man.
ass on.
God!
Hey, if you don't feel, if you,
I'm
Lord
on that.
forbid,
I'm on it. I'm not, hey, listen.
Lord
I put on the front.
forbid, Lord
I put on the
forbid,
front.
if somebody was in a relationship with this inexperienced woman and they had to take off from work for a couple of weeks or a month or two, you hear me?
So what?
She can't come and cater to you with that motherly love. You hear me? To build you back. Hey, baby, let me go and get you this right
I
here.
want
Let
that.
me get you that.
I
Let me
want
bandage
that.
you up. Let me
I
clean
want
your
that new
room.
car. I want that new car still.
You want that
Hey,
virgin
but that
pussy.
new car costs
Out of $250, you done paid for
$80,000. You
$220, goddamn.
paying for that new car smell. You paying for that $80,000 new car
I love that
smell.
new car smell like.
Man,
Out of
hey,
$250, you must have
I want
paid
that-
for $220.
I want that car
goddamn.
that old school been broke in. I could just put some money into it and make it brand new. You hear me?
Hey,
That's
too
what I
much
want.
work. That's too much. work.
I own a lot of old schools for a reason. I want that motherfucker that that's done been broke in. I'm gonna put a new motor and trans in that bitch and I'm gonna ride it
Oh,
like
man,
that.
yeah, this is the Marco Ride show. Goddamn it.
2022. I'm cool with that.
She got to have experience
Come on, let's
fucking
go.
with me, cause I'm baby. You hear me?
Hey, listen, we're gonna end on this one note. Take this survey real quick.
This church, goddamn it, don't pass no offering plate, though.
I started off and said if I had to decide between a woman with no children and children at this stage in my life, I would choose
A woman
the woman with no children.
That nigga just
Which one would you do?
Woman with no children. Just tell me.
I just said that a woman with children is more
Okay,
advantage.
got it.
I want the kids, baby. Come on, let's
All right,
take care
now
of
stop.
this
It's
shit.
the deal breaker.
I agree with them on the experience.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
ain't got time to be worried about how
There you have it. The majority rule.
Shit, 9 times out of 10, she can't cook and handle a woman's business.
Jury has
She
come
don't
to
know
the
how
verdict.
to provide
We decided.
for
Ain't no
another.
hang.
But
You gotta know how I feel to provide for another without circumstances.
You can
Hold on.
build up what you want though.
Yeah.
You can build up what you want.
Yeah.
With kids or without kids.
But the age 25
I
compared to
can turn it out.
33.
But see, look,
I can
so
turn around if I want
age
to,
ain't
but
that
I
what
can
it's
turn
You
about.
said you
want
want
to.
some virgin pussy.
Yeah, you just
That's
Look.
virgin pussy. That's too messy.
Age
But
ain't
there
that
was
what
a-
it's
said-
Gap.
You said good and tight, man. What the fuck you look like?
about.
Boy,
Hold on.
I ain't say.
Anyway, it's been a great one. Here we go.
Hey, fuck.
They clapping. Hey, let's everybody clap, man. Come on. Let's go. We see you on the next one, guys. Bye.